And we're fucking live. Just like that. We're going to wait for some people to get in. Retweet the link here and we'll get her cooking in just a second. I just got to make sure. There we go. Looks like we're live across all socials. Sweet. All right. Well, we'll just chill right here for a sec. Merry Christmas, everybody. Chilling with IZIK here. We are live on Twitch, live on X, live on YouTube. So should be solid. We'll get officially started here in like 5-10 minutes. We're just watching the Rams march on down the field. And I think IZIK's got it live. Are we live on Kick?
I believe so.
We are live on Kick. I, for one, really don't have Kick, so we're live on IZIK's Kick.
Kick,
Twitch, whatever. So I'll post this shit right here. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Kick is of course not.
Let's get links up. Oh shit! Come on. Some through here. Oops, there we are. And there we go. All right, we got 4 people in here, Murph. I think we can get after it in a minute here. You about ready?
Yeah.
All righty, man. So, welcome on in. It is Lock Talk Christmas. A lot of you are watching probably on Twitter. Probably the easiest way, or X, to watch us do what we do. I am joined this week by the man himself, props to Damas, a.k.a. IZIK, a.k.a. Murph. Murph, how we doing, buddy?
Good, bro. How are you?
Murph's got us live on Kick as well for those of you that watch Kick. Some things that I want to get out of the way before we start giving shit away, talking weekend lines. Big things coming with the app. I wanted to plug this. Joey and Paulie have been busy. For those of you that don't know, Lock Talk is actually a play off of Joey and Paulie's app called Lock Talk, spelled LOCCTOCC. So a little bit different, but they've got some big things coming. Obviously, we've had the leaderboard. The leaderboard's been going on for a while. That's great. Blogs. We're going to give you they're going to give you rather the ability to blog yourself. If you've always wanted to blog, you've seen my stuff on there. It's not super professional. You don't have to be great. Just getting yourself out there and at least giving yourself the opportunity. And also the newsletter. Newsletter is going to be coming pretty much every week now to the app itself in the articles section. Other than that, Hoop Drunk is going to be returning, our college basketball show. For those that listened last season, that's Matt Stafford. Now they're going to get a bailout call. Classic. Anyways, we're going to start talking some NBA as well. IZIK was brought on. As much as he is very well versed in the NFL, he's more of an NBA guy himself. And that's where we're going to start as we get kind of into this right now. Murph, I wanted to bounce a few things off you as far as the NBA goes. Before we do, as always, this week's episode brought to you by Angel's Envy. It's not actually, but it's a delicious bourbon. Shout out Dan Koob. You got to review this one if you have not yet. Moving on, Murph. Let's talk some NBA. This is kind of your territory, and we got to start with really the main reason you and I text pretty much every week. It feels like Draymond Green, buddy. Draymond Green.
Oh my God.
What in the fuck, man? I don't really know what he brings to the table anymore as a basketball player. Murphy, what are your thoughts? I know you've you don't exactly love the Warriors. You're more of a KD only stan, so you kind of just followed them when he was there. But yeah, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Draymond? Is he worth keeping in the league? Obviously, he's a multi-time world champion, multi-time All-Star. I don't know, all NBAs. He's got some probably,
Dude,
maybe, probably all defense.
every time I log on to like like TikTok or something, there's always a new clip of him that I've never seen in my life.
No,
Like,
he is basically just rolling content at this point. There's not a whole lot that he brings to the team, in my opinion. A guy that does bring a lot back, and he showed it last night. Ja Morant is back, and Ja Morant came back last night with a big time performance. Do we see Ja finish the season, Murph? I don't even know. There should be odds on it, but yeah, do we see him finish?
yeah, I mean, shit. Hopefully, he might do some gang shit though.
There's a good chance he's doing some gang shit. Other than that, in the NBA Weekly Notes, Lakers unveiled their midseason tournament banner. Some people got worked up about this. I actually don't mind it. It's the banner where you just add years every single time you win. That didn't bother me. Did that bother you at all?
No, I thought it was pretty cool.
No, I thought that was fine. Big matchups this weekend, so I want to run through it. Obviously, it is Thursday night right now. Looking at Friday, really all we have tomorrow, Suns and Kings. Murphy, I do want to pick your brain because you are a resident Suns fan. What the fuck's going on in Phoenix, buddy? And are y'all going to fix it, or is this just another experiment that's not going to work?
Okay, I just want to put it on quick pause. Kyron Williams did hit the 19 and a half on the first five, by the way. He just
Terrific.
So we are off to a 1-0 start on the $625 sixth legger. Demario Davis does have 2 tackles already.
That's
Higby does have a catch. So
that works.
Well, here, I just want to verify real quickly.
It's also a really good way to deflect talking about your Suns and how bad they've been.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, you get it. So
yeah,
easy.
Yeah, you get it.
Talking about the Suns, they'll get it figured out, man. I mean, it's a brand new team.
Brand new team.
Also, we were given glass. So if you know what I mean by that, I mean by Bradley Beal.
Unfortunately, a broken human.
So
as it seems.
I think there's something that people didn't know about his injury or something that's a little more deep than we thought. I don't know. It kind of sucks because I was actually pretty excited.
Sold bad goods is what I like to say on that one.
I was excited to watch him.
Well, at full strength, obviously they're incredible, like at their best. But obviously, I don't know what we're getting with Bradley Beal at this point. Looking at Saturday, Bucks and Knicks, we get 2 Bucks and Knicks matchups at 11:30. One on Saturday, one on Christmas. Celtics Clippers. Clippers have won, I think, 9 of the last 10. Have looked terrific. I don't know. Did they win last night? I didn't even see. T-Wolves and Kings. This was one that I'm very excited about. Are the Timberwolves for real, Murph?
Yeah, they're pretty good, man. I have to be honest.
As long as Anthony Edwards isn't knocking up girls left and right, asking $100,000 for abortions, I think they'll be okay. But that's obviously neither here nor there. One thing I wanted to do, we're gonna actually We're gonna give away 2 things. I've got first Super Bowl. This is super weird. Super Bowl 36, Rams, Patriots. They're pint glasses shaped like footballs. I honestly don't really know why we have these, but we do. And we're going to give that to my boy Vargas. Vargas was the first one to hop on it. He is going to win some pint glasses. I will get those sent your way. And I'm actually throwing in with the pint glasses a signed Uncle Eddie from Christmas Vacation trading card. So that is going to be headed your way. Shout out Taco Man. I love you. And we will get another giveaway soon. So make sure you're liking my tweet on my Twitter account so you can be entered in to win one of these things. So next one that we're giving away. Yeah, let's ride, baby. Let's ride, Vargas. So moving on. we've got Christmas Day hoops, Bucks Knicks part 2. The Bucks in this one, I'm actually pulling up the live odds on it. Milwaukee currently laying 3 at the best odds available. Total in this one's kind of goofy, 221, 222, kind of going back and forth. I don't see this being a defensive battle. I think this is an over. Murphy, do you lean Bucks Knicks over? What do you think in a Christmas Day matchup? Second matchup in 2 days.
Monstrous offensive battle. Two high-powered teams. I mean, you got Brunson who sparked 9 of 9 threes. That can happen at any moment. You got Giannis, you got Dame, you got Randall. I'm probably saying over myself if I had to be honest.
All right. I like the over too. Right now it's 220, 221, 222. I don't know why there's a 224 out there at BetMGM. I don't know if that's still accurate. Second game is going to be Warriors Nuggets. Very good matchup as well in that one. Warriors are catching 5.5, seeing some 4.5s out there. We'll call it 5 at this point. I think it's Nuggets. I haven't honestly watched enough Warriors to really probably take either side. We got to start watching some more NBA basketball. 230.5 feels low, but Denver shows when games matter and when they're playing, an opponent like that, they can lock it down defensively. I don't really have a lean in that one at all. But Vargas, I love what you're talking Christmas Day. Unders, love that. Not ever a bad idea. This is a higher one. Murphy, what do you think? Warriors, Nuggets?
I think I would take I'm honestly going to take the Nuggets spread at -5. I don't think the Warriors are that great. And I think the Nuggets are going to beat the shit out of them on Christmas.
I don't hate that idea. It's one of those lines. 5 is teetering on. Is it going to come down to free throws? It could.
I feel like it's 5's a little kind of low, almost a little bit. It's like maybe a little.
I agree.
Maybe 6 or 7 is what I would think it would be at, but
it feels more comfortable at 6, 7. A game that's really tight right now. It shows Celtics laying 1.5 against the Lakers. Total in this one, I like the under at 239, 236, whatever you can get it. BetMGM just has some really inflated numbers. I don't know if that's accurate or if action's just being shitty. I know Vargas, I know you're listening. You're a Laker fan. Under in that one is my lean. I think the Celtics play some defense against the Lakers.
what do we got? Celtics, Lakers. That's gonna be a pretty fucking good game.
That's pretty fucking. They're all pretty fucking good.
I still can't believe that LeBron won the first ever in-season tournament. It's just unfucking.
Yeah, that.
It just doesn't. It just seems rigged almost. I don't know. Weird.
Well.
Anyways.
Don't hate it. But
Celtics, Lakers. I think that one's gonna stay close. What's the spread on
that? Right now it's 1.5, 2, depending on what shop you're looking at. So to me, I lean Celtics. I think the Celtics are going to come into that wanting to make a little bit of a statement.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Why do you see some fake injury bait?
They already have him as out. They already have Jason Tatum and Horford out. LeBron out.
That might be early. I don't know if that's probably maybe like today, and they may be sitting guys here in their games before just to have them ready for Christmas.
Well, so honestly, until I know if that's legit or not,
right.
I don't know if I can make
how do you pick one way or another? I agree. Sixers Heat. The next game, it's a 4:00 tip. I think our time. I lean Sixers, dude. I don't think the Heat are nearly as good as they were last season. I think they've kind of fell off. 218.5 is the lowest total of the day. I think it's probably right, I would say. I would lean Sixers in this one. I fucking hate betting the Sixers so much.
Yeah. Dude, same case here with all these injuries. know, it's got to be some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see it being a crazy high scoring game. I mean, unless
No, 218.5 tells you it's that nobody thinks that. It's
I
to
would,
me grind it.
I would probably, if it's lines at 1.5, I would probably take Philly money line if anything. But like you said, betting with Philly is
It's hard to do. You don't know what Philly you're going to get. Speaking of
yeah,
not knowing what you're going to get, two of the more interesting teams, maybe not the best teams in the West, are going to cap it off. It's the Mavs and the Suns. Mavs plus 6, 5.5, 6, 4. I see lines all over the place right now. People are hanging numbers like crazy, being this far out from a game. Totals sitting 225.5, 226.5. I think this soars over the total. I don't think anybody's playing defense in this game. We saw the Mavericks. Luka put up 20 in the first half and unfortunately just sucked in the second half. But the Mavericks are staying in games. I think this thing soars over. Any opinion on your side in that one?
you want my heart opinion or do you want like what I actually think?
You tell me. You tell me what you actually think, and then tell me what your
Uh,
heart says.
well, I don't mind the over. Like you said, we got Luca, Booker, KD. These guys could fucking score crazy amounts.
Sure.
Uh, I'm sick, so I would probably go. I'm sick, so I'm taking Suns -4.
Absolutely disgusting. Uh, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's a single dad.
I'm
Take the
sick,
under.
so
I,
I'm
I
taking.
agree. I agree with Vargas. His commentary on the Celtics game. Murphy, we are going to putting in all the names of people that have liked the tweet. We've got 7, 8 now that are in the running. We are going to give away before we start talking football. One of my favorite ones. I got my hands on an OJ Simpson rookie card. I'm gonna fucking slick this thing. Oh boy, it's my boy Ryan. Ryan is my boy Ryan is the winner of an OJ Simpson rookie card. I will hand that to him personally because I'm sure I will see him relatively soon. He did really want that card. Well, he wanted anything OJ. I was originally, and it was in my cart, and I don't know if it would have been funny. Maybe you can tell me. Would it have been funny if I would have showed up to the stream and raffled off a OJ Simpson signed lawyer like it's his lawyer that signed a picture of them two in court? Probably weird. There's Ryan. What's up, boss? Uh, yeah, I don't know. I could have given that away. Instead, I opted for the the OJ Simpson rookie card. Um, week 16, Murphy. Now we talk a little bit of football. As we're watching Thursday night football right now. LA leads 7-0 as we are just in the opening stages of the second quarter. Looks like the Saints are about to punt. Yeah, this game is probably about as exciting as people were expecting, honestly. To us, Murphy, I put this in my notes really for this game. Obviously, the game already started. For Packer fans, and I'm sure there are some that are tuned in right now, yeah, this is kind of a win-win for us. We have the head-to-head tiebreaker over both of them. The loser is going to fall under 500. But we'll talk about the Packers in a little bit. Let's move to Saturday because we've got a really interesting. Oh God, Odie's going crazy upstairs. I don't know what the hell that's about. Cincy and Pittsburgh, a classic matchup that is unfortunately not feeling as classic with the quarterbacks. This thing opened up Pittsburgh laying a half a point. Currently, Cincinnati is just under a field goal, laying 2.5. Total is 38. I have absolutely no fibers inside my body that want to bet the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are spiraling beyond spiraling. Murphy, can you talk me out of that, or are you thinking the exact same thing as far as Pittsburgh goes?
Let me see here. Pittsburgh. Uh,
We're talking
two.
1-4 straight up and against the spread in their last 5. Totals are flying under in Pittsburgh games. They're actually flying over in Cincinnati games. I'll tell you what, Jake Browning, outside of the fact that he's making stupid comments about not getting cut, even though he wouldn't be in the position he's in without getting cut. Um, Besides the point, I love Cincinnati. I'm more than likely going to lay 2.5 with this one. I'm going to kind of see where it goes. It's kind of in that point where it's settling at 2.5 at -110. So I feel confident that it's going to stay there. I don't think I'm going to get anything better. It's probably one that I'm going to end up laying the points maybe when we get off here tonight or tomorrow. But yeah, to you, you got any
Fuck, man,
props
I
you're
don't
looking
like the
at?
Steelers, dude.
I don't either. Nobody does.
If Keeks is watching, I'm sorry, bro. I'm taking Bengals all day, bro. That Browning dude might be the truth.
He
So
could
yeah,
be.
I don't know,
He
man.
could be.
Looking for Chase to maybe have like a big game or something. I don't know.
It's one of those games that
It's like he's due.
on paper looked like an awesome matchup by the schedule makers. Play that on December 23rd as a standalone. And we unfortunately have multiple standalones that just aren't working. So, next game, our nightcap is Bills and Chargers. I personally just think we throw out the tape on the Chargers. I am of the thought that the Chargers may have tried to lose. The second and third touchdown that we watched last Thursday night looked like a team that was absolutely giving up. I don't expect anything good to come out of this game for LA. It's currently a 12.5 point line. I'd set this at 8.5. I think it's actually probably right that the market has corrected it to 12.5. Totals at 44. To me, it's probably, I mean, you lay 12.5 with Buffalo. I'd probably no bet it because, and I have the note here. Uh, Interim coaches in their first start 16-11 against the spread since 2016. But holy shit, how do you bet a team that just got 60 plus hung on their ass?
by
63
by the Raiders too. Keep that in
by
mind.
the Raiders.
It's
And I
not like
don't
it's a,
care if you're trying to lose, that's the worst.
yeah, no. If like it was a super good, a decent team, good team, like I get it, but like you're letting the Raiders hang 60 plus, it's over.
Yeah, I think
So
that
who's
was,
that
and
28 yard pass? Who's that to?
that is
Top
Puka
50
Nakua
coverage.
once again. Jesus Christ, give
Fucking
something to
man,
cut. The thing that I look at for LA, you've won one game in your last six, and that was a 6-0 victory over New England. They're spiraling out of control. But again, I really can't lay 12.5 in this situation. I am definitely looking at props. I think so it's goofy. LA last week, their defense, you give up 63 points, but really, you only gave up 378 yards. What I'm looking at, though, is probably some James Cook props. I like James Cook coming out of the backfield. LA on
yeah,
against the
James Cook.
run, 124, 106, 148, 197, 102, and 200 during that run. People are running all over them. I think Buffalo, there's no reason that they're going to run this score up. You look at Buffalo
There's
this year, I'm trying to think. I don't think they've even hit 40 yet. They haven't. They've had a few games land in the 30s for them. I don't see Buffalo running this score up and making it super, super ugly. This is probably a no bet for me. Do you have a side that you
I would
like?
I would bet, and if I'm betting against the Chargers secondary with Josh Allen 100%.
Sure.
So I would probably take like either Josh Allen 2 TDs if you want more value, maybe 2 TDs
Ooh,
and Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown.
a
Um,
little spicy.
that would be a nice little two-legger. If you're going singles, I would do the Josh Allen over 1.5 touchdowns. I guarantee you that hits. There's honestly no chance that doesn't hit.
I really actually kind of like that a lot. So
Their
yeah,
second
that'll.
Chargers. Look up the Chargers secondary. They're so
Oh,
fucking
I know.
horrid.
I just added up. It's their secondary's bad.
They're
Just
near four
defensively,
thousand
they're a
yards.
mess. They're absolute mess defensively. I mean, there's no way around it. The Chargers, I had them, I think, as the third worst team in my power rankings. It's hard for me not to put them in last, especially with Carolina winning. I did not put them in last. I do have them still ahead of Carolina, actually, and I've got them behind New England, even though they beat New England. I think New England is playing better football right now, and that is really just less of a positive for New England and more of a negative for the Chargers. But no, what you're talking about with the secondary, you look at an LA defense. I'm just pulling up the numbers. Give up 261 yards through the air per game. That is fucking brutal.
They've allowed in
the 29th against the pass. They're 18th against the run. This defense is miserable. And Buffalo's offense is playing really, really well right now. Buffalo's just playing good football. If you got to bet it, maybe you bet Buffalo, but I think the line's too high. You and I are both all over Buffalo props. Maybe we look at Buffalo team total. Maybe there's some value on that when we get closer. Let's move to Sunday. Sunday is going to be Cleveland and Houston. This was a game that at one point you could have gotten excited for, but now it's going to be the Mills Mafia against Joe Flacco. And to me, it's 2.5 right now for Cleveland, teetering on 3. I don't know how you bet Houston. I don't think Stroud is still in protocol. I don't think he's going to play. To me, this is a Cleveland game or the under. The total is at 40. I don't like the total at all. I would lean Cleveland, in my opinion.
I lean Cleveland -2.5 and a defensive win. That's what I would.
Yeah. I don't hate maybe looking at the under.
I'm thinking quite a few sacks.
Well, Cleveland gets after it like none other, and Houston's got a guy sitting back there that's about as good of as much of a statue as anybody else in the league. Looking at some head-to-head stuff, Cleveland, obviously, they're a home demon, 7-1 at home, just 2-4 on the road. So you got to kind of take that into account when you're looking at this team. They're 1-4-1 against the spread on the road. They're 7-1 against the spread at home. At home also, Cleveland. This is interesting. Cleveland away games, the over is hit all 6 times. So watch me not bet this over at 40 or at under at 40 anymore. That is a little too. Ooh, I like that in the chat. Vargas says Jim Harbaugh to LAC, make Herbert great again, bro. I kind of fuck with that move, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's staying. But anything else on Cleveland and Houston? I don't think we got to spend too much time on this one.
Myles Garrett sack.
Myles Garrett sack. You got the line on it?
It's probably either 0.5 or 0.75.
0.5 or 0.75? Okay.
That'd be my guess.
All right. I like it. I'm just looking to see. All right. Moving right along down the line. Let's talk Detroit, Minnesota. This is a matchup that you and I are going to be watching very closely. Nick Mullins, man, looked serviceable. They outplayed the Bengals last week, in my opinion. Right now, Detroit's laying 3. They're laying it conservatively. I think this thing could be 2.5 in some books. It's teetering on Minnesota, coming a little bit closer. 47.5 point total is really high, but really neither of these teams play a whole lot of defense. Minnesota can play defense. They've gotten healthier as the season goes on, but I mean, he gave up 27 points against Chicago last week. I don't know. This to me is a Detroit game. I think Detroit bounced back really well. Obviously, they bounced back really well, 42-17 last week against Denver. To me, it's Detroit or no bet. I'm probably going to try to figure out a way to get Detroit money line, especially if this line gets tighter.
What do we got? 150 minus 154 money line.
Yeah, 154. You could probably play at about $1.40 on a peer-to-peer if you're into that sort of thing.
What do we got? Okay. What's the team total here?
Team total, you might have to extrapolate it out. 47, break it down in half. You're looking.
We got 20. Detroit at 24.5.
Yeah. I kind of like Detroit at 24.5. Minnesota's defense, though, like I said, man, they're kind of coming around. You gave up 27 to, they gave up 27 to Cincinnati, not Chicago. But yeah, I don't know. To me, In this game, obviously, it means a lot for the playoffs. I don't know if it's something you absolutely need to bet on, but I think the line is pretty decent at
I
Detroit
came to
at
the
a field.
conclusion that I'm not touching anyone or anything on that game.
Yeah, yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Talk about
Yeah,
games you probably don't want to
I
touch.
think I'm good on that one after seeing that line.
Seattle's at Tennessee, Murph. Seattle is looking like they're going to get out to minus 2.5 or drop down to 2.5. It's currently at 3 at a buck 20. 41.5 point total. I like the over. I think we're going to see Drew Lock. We're going to see some swaggy ass white boys go crazy. If
Lock
it's
in.
Drew Lock versus Buddy from Tennessee, I'm not sure. But I think I'm looking at Gino. Gino is probable. We're probably not going to get Drew Lock again. Drew Lock was very funny to watch, kind of get a little bit of a renaissance there and beat Philly. That was very impressive. To me, Seattle, very lackluster. They're sitting at 7-7 right now. They're not good on the road. They're 2-5. They do cover at home though. They're 5-2. You flip the record. That's kind of goofy. Looking at the stats though, I do still think I lean over in this, even if especially if it's Geno Smith. I don't see anything special. Seattle's defense, their secondary was once great. That secondary is now ranked 26th in the league. Tennessee ranked 22nd. Both of these teams, Seattle is on the field more than any other defense in the league. That's bad. They give up the 31st amount of plays. I can't really wrap my head around betting either side. I'm going to lean over in this one. I got to lean over. Predicted score by predicted score by Oddshark is Tennessee 25, Seattle 18. I think that's wrong. I think this is going over, as does that simulation. Murphy, anything you want to touch on that game at all?
I think Drew Lock is gonna. He looks pretty fucking good.
I know, and it's one of those things that Geno has not looked great, and he's like not looked good at all. And Drew Lock just went out and beat Philly, so
that throw was stupid.
That throw was ridiculous.
It's crazy when you say that throw and you just know what throw.
Oh yeah, everybody knows exactly what throw you're referencing.
Remember Drew Lock's throw? It could be 10 years from now. You'd be like, oh yeah. One against the Eagles,
exactly. All right, so
I would take.
Seattle.
No, you're good. What I would do is I would do a little 2-leg parlay with Browns and Seattle money line.
I kind of like that.
That's something I would do.
I kind of like that. Another thing I like: Indy is catching 2.5 points against Atlanta. Arthur Smith, for those of you that did not watch, said they're going to do everything to the point of killing themselves to figure this out. It's a little dramatic in my opinion, but things are really bad in Atlanta. When you lose to Carolina, and the Packers might lose to Carolina this weekend, but we will talk about that.
I swear to God, not.
We'll get to that suicidal thought. But yeah, no, Atlanta's laying 2.5. Total's 44.5 in this one. To me, I don't love a side. I would consider a tease. Move the Colts outside of 7. You can get them out to 8.5. But dude, I already teased the Colts once. I don't know if I want to do it again. But I actually probably will do it again. I think that the Colts are a great tease piece, especially at plus 2.5. You could really move that thing outside of a touchdown. Anything in the Indy Atlanta game that you like before we move along?
I like what's Minshew's best? I don't like anything.
That happens, man.
I looked for a sec, and I don't know. It's hard, dude. Falcons are weird. Drake, they'll pass a lot one game, and then they'll run. You know what I mean? One game,
their play calling doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
you look at this offense. There's no
that one game. Drake London had almost 200 yards, and then the next game he has 10, and it's like what the fuck?
It's mind numbing. You don't have a pass game. You're 6th in the league in rushing. They run a really high tempo. They run the seventh most plays per game, but I just really don't find any sort of edge for Atlanta. Indy, they score a bunch of points. Outside of that, offensively, I don't really have a whole lot of good things to say about Indianapolis, but I don't know. I lean Indy in a teaser situation in this game, but that's really all that I'm going to do in that one. Uh, that leads
Yeah.
me to another giveaway, Murphy. I got to grab one of the more unique pieces that I've come to acquire over the years. We all remember during the pandemic the good old XFL. Oh, shit. Before The Rock bought it and bastardized it. Jordan Teamu was the offensive player of the year for my St. Louis Battlehawks. I don't have a use for this jersey anymore. I thought there was a way I could maybe get it signed. The Chiefs came up to Lambeau for a preseason game, and I was like, I could wear that, get it signed. And then I thought, why the fuck would I do that? So instead, I'm going to give it away. And I got to hit my little guy here. See where our jersey is headed. We're spinning. And the Jordan Teamu jersey is headed south of the border, south of the Wisconsin border. Eric of eTop 21 Sports, my guy Eric, he podcasts on Tuesdays on YouTube and Twitch. I was actually lucky enough to be on there just a couple of weeks ago. So Eric, I will DM you, brother. You will have
I want to give some away, bro. What the fuck? Like, I'm looking around my room, bro. Like I might give some away, bro. I might pull something out.
You might just give something away. I'm looking at the stitching on this, and I don't think you can probably see it. Just some of the most crude stitching. Nothing makes sense. Nothing's really all that. It's ugly. But regardless, Eric, you are getting, and I know that's actually a guy that he could probably regift it to. I think it's XFL Jim. I forget what his name is, but maybe Jim gets a Christmas present.
Oh, fuck.
What'd you just do?
I just dropped a fan.
All right. So let's move right along. We got two more games. The noon slate. We've got one more, and then we're going to give away something else. Washington Commanders, New York Jets. This one is kind of ugly on the surface, and it's uglier when you dig into it. The Jets are laying 3. Total's 37.5. I think we're going to see some Jacoby Brissett in this game. If Jacoby Brissett gets in, I will be logging into my Sportsbook app and hammering his live over for passing yards. For those of you that followed last year, he hit the over, and that was a hell of a throw by Stafford if you saw that one, Murph. Nobody that's going to help us. But no, I think Jacoby Brissett gets in this game. If he does, obviously, like I said, we're betting overs. He is a cash cow when it comes to that. But, yeah, I can't pick a side in this one. I don't think there's anything positive to talk about. Please, God, make sure this does not show up on my TV. Zach Wilson's doubtful. That means we're probably getting Trevor Siemian. Good Lord, help us. This is bad football. We're gonna get bad football. I'll say it. I don't think there's anything positive coming off that.
Tell this right here. Whoever is the Jets quarterback, whoever it is, I don't know who it's gonna be. They could pull some random guy. Who knows? But whoever it is on Sunday, take their over.
Take their over. Washington defense.
Take their over.
They are. You look at a team that gives 266 yards to opposing quarterbacks, 32nd in the league. They also allow 30 points per
right
game.
Now, Jake, I'm looking directly in my camera. You could maybe throw 300 on the Washington Commanders. I'm not fucking kidding.
Yeah, it's bad time right now to be a Commanders fan. I don't think there's a whole lot of positive coming out of Washington. I think they need to completely change everything. They did so well. They got new ownership. They got new everything, except they don't have a quarterback still, and that is showing. So let's talk about last game.
16-yard pass. Who was that just to? Please be Cup.
That helps us. Yeah, he's throwing it to everybody but Cooper Kupp right now, which is
Wait,
very
was that
unfortunate.
Higbee?
No. Higbee's a little too vanilla to be that guy. Murphy, I want you to start talking Green Bay. I will be right back. I got to grab something because we are about to auction off another item.
Green Bay, fuck, man. Such up or down year. Started off really bad, turned into something really good, and then now it's into another downward spiral here. We need to win. We can't lose to the Panthers by all means, any means. If we lose to
You'd
the
think
Panthers,
that losing to the
it's
Panthers
over.
would have somebody getting fired, but unfortunately, I don't trust anybody to get fired at this point.
It depends in the nature of which we lose. If it's because they scored 40 plus more points than us, or scored 40 points or whatever, yeah, we know who's gone.
Yeah, we all know he who must not be named will be gone. I'm laying 4.5. I hate the fact that I'm laying 4.5, but I'm laying 4.5 with Green Bay. I thought this thing was going to be closer to a touchdown.
You are sick.
I know. I think we have to bounce back. You cannot lose to Carolina. It's as bad as it gets. I also don't hate the over at 37.5. I think Carolina will find ways to move the ball. You saw Bryce Young coming off of his best game of his career so far. So I personally am going Green Bay and the over. It's sickening. I can't believe the Packers have gotten to this point. I was saying some shit leaving the game on Sunday that my fiance put up with a lot. I was in rare form, to say the least. But yes, that is going to be that's how I feel about Green Bay. Anything you want to say before I raffle off an Aaron Jones signed football?
Jordan Love, if you come across this, please win the fucking game.
Jordan Love, man. I think it was 1,300 yards. He was 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns, 1 pick in his last 5 games. He's not the problem at all. It's like Rams are up, not up. That's a missed field goal. Classic kickers, 47 hooked it.
Feels like it's a mix of play calling and defense.
Yeah, it's play calling and defense. You watched it last game. Things didn't make a whole lot of sense.
And what was the game before when there's also a game before where they had at least 11 jet sweeps.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think Green Bay is at a crossroads. If this is a loss, I think not only the DC needs to go, I think LaFleur needs to go. I will stand on that. I'm going to hit the randomizer on everybody that has been active in chat and active on social. And the winner of the Aaron Jones football.
Oh, man, Aaron Jones football.
Oh, what the fuck? I didn't even see. Where's he? Oh, shit. She's in here. Kyle? He's trolling Ryan. Kyle's going to get an Aaron Jones signed football. I don't know if he's still hanging out in chat. Voight, text him if he isn't. I got to get this to him somehow. I think he lives in Green Bay, so we should be able to get that out to him. Shout out Sheehy, all-time leading rusher, right? Going to be by the end? Who knows? But yes, Sheehy's getting an Aaron Jones signed football. We've got 3 o'clock games, 4 o'clock games, depending where you're at. We are going to move to those. Jacksonville and Tampa Bay. Sheehy, what's up, brother? All righty, we'll get that either sent out to you or to you one way or another. Looking at, should we start Jacksonville, Tampa? This is a game where I'm very, 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 very interested to see if Baker Mayfield and company keep this alive or if it was just a Joe Barry special. I'll tell you what, though. The team I want to talk about in this one is Jacksonville because I had Jacksonville over 10.5 wins. I thought that was, a no-doubter. I was like, I thought there was no chance, 4 weeks ago with the amount of time left. But then you lose Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Baltimore. Trevor Lawrence continuously hurt in concussion protocol once again. He is questionable for Sunday. Tampa's getting healthier by the week, man. Tampa's defense, Tampa's defense didn't really impress me last week a whole lot. I think Packers shot themselves in the foot a lot. They're still banged up. I think Jacksonville can move the football, but it's really just going to come down to Trevor Lawrence. If Lawrence is healthy, this could be a great game, especially in the 4 o'clock slot. But right now, Murphy, I got nothing that I can bet confidently in this game. Maybe the over 41, especially if Lawrence plays, but I don't think that over is baked in with Trevor Lawrence playing.
Yeah, this game's scary, man. Yeah, Lawrence protocol. Is he so he's not playing, or they don't know?
No, it's questionable. So when you're in the protocol, it's a day-by-day thing. And being that it's Thursday, he's still showing a question mark. I don't think we're going to know anything official probably until the day of. It seems like
Zay
they're going to make
Jones
that
is
decision super late.
also Zay Jones is likely out.
Yeah, Zay Jones has been hurt. They got guys banged up all over the place on both sides of the
I
ball.
would probably I would probably lay +3 on the Buccaneers, as sad as it sounds, but
I think the Bucks are playing good football. As much as the Packers will both say that we shot ourselves in the foot, I do think there is some redeeming qualities, especially to talk about with that team. Personally, though, until I know exactly what's going on with Lawrence, I can't really come and bring myself to bet that one. Let's talk Cardinals and the Chicago Bears. Murph, the Bears probably won enough games to kind of screw themselves out of a decent draft pick there. But coming back to earth, they found a new way to lose. I think Flacco had 200 passing yards in the fourth quarter. They lose to Cleveland 20-17. Arizona got stomped out by San Francisco last week. But to me, Murphy, I kind of lean over in this 43. Oh, touchdown, Rashid Shaheed, one of the best names in the game. But no, I lean over in this game. You look at Arizona's last few, they've scored 29 against San Fran, 24 against Pittsburgh, gave up 37 against the Rams. So, I mean, there's just a team in each game. And, I mean, you've given up 45, 10, 37, 21, 23, 27. Not all to good teams. I think Chicago is starting to hit a stride offensively. I do love the fact that Justin Fields is playing just good enough to probably save his job. But yeah, I think the Bears defense is another thing where you got to kind of get sussed out by that pass game. I think Kyler can have some good opportunities. He really has not looked good. 202 yards passing last week, 132, 219, 196. He's got to be better. I think the Bears are a good team to do it against. I haven't looked at this Chicago weather for the weekend, but if it's anything like it is up by us, I think this is an over. The only thing that scares me, Murphy, and I pointed this out in my notes, Arizona home games over is 7-0. Away games it's 1-6. Like you could not find a more correlation for an under in this. In the way that I feel so strongly about an over, probably should lead to a no bet, but no, I don't have a strong enough feeling. I lean over at this point. But do you have an opinion, Bears and Cardinals?
Uh, yeah. Kyler hasn't really been doing crazy in his return. Bears have been playing decent. I mean, they've won some games. Are you done hammering Justin Fields rushing yards?
Dude, he had 50 yards in the first fucking quarter that week and ended with 61. So no, I'm not betting his over on rushing yards at this point. They're as bad as the Green Bay play calling is. Chicago play calling is astronomically worse. They do not know how to win football games offensively. They are relying on a very probably subpar defense. Again, I lean over. If anything, I probably don't have enough nuts to lay for with Chicago, though.
What's the over? 43 and a half?
43 right now. It opened at 43 and a half.
I don't think I can rely on Chicago either. I don't know. It's probably a game I would stay away from overall.
Yeah, I think it's an over or no bet. Before we move on, I've got – actually, nope, we're going to talk about one more game. I'm actually going to flip this. What's that?
We giving more shit away.
Oh, buddy, I still got 2 more things to give away before we get out of here. Plus, we'll have a little bonus. My boy Stooley's going to pop on and give us some college basketball locks for tomorrow, so you and I can lock in on that. Let's talk probably the game of the day on Sunday, Dallas, Miami. Right now, Miami is laying 1 at home. I think that line's right on the head.
So
49
so
and a half is the total.
what the fuck happens when two teams that are bad against good teams play each other?
Well, it's a hard one to handicap. I'll give you that. But I'll tell you, Dallas 7-0 at home, 6-1 at home against the spread, on the road against a Miami team who is 5-2 against the spread at home and 6-1. These teams are the exact same teams to me, just in different conferences. This is probably as even of a matchup as I'm going to see on the board. I almost handicap this down to the point. So for me, it's an absolute no bet just based on where my gut was lying with it. Yeah, to me, you can bet the over and just have a lot of fun in this one. The fact that it did drop under 50 is a little concerning. That means there's definitely some smart money on the total. We got our resident resident Dolphins fan Brandon in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I would lean Miami just off of the home splits for Miami and for Dallas. But for me, it's going to be a prop-a-palooza, I think. I think this is going to be such a fun game for props. There's just so many fucking names. I'm going to probably spray on this game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun one. Holy shit! Wow. Like you said, over and just sit back and watch a shootout, maybe.
I mean, that's probably where I lean right now, especially now that it's crept under 50, unless we're seeing some sort of rain in Miami. The cool thing about Miami, and I was listening to another podcast and they brought it up, when you're looking at weather in Miami, wind doesn't matter. The architecture of their stadium is like a big box that basically moves all swirling wind out. So I don't think there's anything weather-wise that would tank this total by 3 points from open. I'm sure somebody that thinks they're smart moved that line down, but Murphy, I don't know. I'm kind of with you. I kind of like this at 49 and a half. I'm going to probably play that over at some capacity, if not tease it, which I hate teasing totals as it is super not profitable. But yeah, I think we're both kind of in the realm of let's just enjoy the shit out of this.
Yeah, I would love to watch a shootout, just touchdown, big plays and shit over and over.
I agree. New England, Denver, we're going to get to it in just a second. We'll do primetime football as well as our Monday Christmas matchups. But first, I have probably one of the more fun ones that I've had the opportunity of getting my hands on. This was as weird of an eBay find as you could probably get. It is a Chris Berman signed golf ball. Comes with a signed picture of Boom. I will be very disappointed that I don't get to keep this, and I was wondering if I could find a second one because it looks like it is about as home of a deal as it could be. But let's see. Let's spin to win. See if we got any winners on this one. And it's Ryan Boyd, motherfucking Boyd. You get the Boom ball, Ryan. Congratulations. Boom is going to the basement Casa de Voigt. Ooh, Matt Stafford's going down. Unfortunate. That is our second to last one. Hang around. We are having one more before we talk college basketball with Stooley. He is hopping on in just a second. Let's talk primetime football. New England, Denver. This one is going to be uglier than sin. Denver's laying 7, probably laying closer to 6.5, just based off of what's out there. And Ryan just screamed like a girl. Nice. Very good. Nice to know that Boom's going to a good home. New England, Denver. Denver laying 7. Total is 34. Lowest total of the weekend, probably for a good reason. I don't think the total is low enough. I think this thing goes under 34. I personally think the Patriots are the worst offense out there, even though they've scored 21 and 17 the last 2 weeks. I don't really care. I'm not going to be laying the points with Denver again after last week. They may be in for some late season regression. The injury report, IZIK, is fucking long. I don't know if I can probably bet this game yet. There's a lot of question marks, especially on the New England side. I would lean under and maybe tease Denver down to 1. But outside of that, what do you think?
Denver, you like fucking. Who did Denver play last week?
Denver played Detroit and got shit kicked.
Oh, yeah, I remember they got fucking stomped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Some of us laid the points with Denver.
I don't have balls to take Denver minus 6.5. No chance. But like you said, maybe finding a teaser or some shit.
There's another. So if you wanted to parlay, so if you feel really good about one of those parlay pieces, and if you really don't want to bet Cleveland, because I know that's the one you probably feel less strongly about, I think Denver could be a team that you pair it. It's minus 350 money line. So I mean, you got to find something under 200 to really make it worth your while. But yeah, I think we both like Denver outright. It's just an ugly
Denver Seattle 2-leg.
Denver Seattle 2-leg is not a horrible look. I don't hate that at all. Let's talk a little Christmas Day. We got 3 more games to go before we get to a little college basketball with my boy Stooley. Vegas, Kansas City. I thought this was going to be around 10. It ends up at 9.5. They push it out to 10. Total's 41. I think Vegas falls on their face after last week. I think there's no way they bounce back with a decent performance after hanging what they did against the Chargers. I don't foresee any sort of. I don't see this ever being a positive game state for Vegas. I think Kansas City jumps on them early. Kansas City last week, I mean, you beat New England. You didn't do it really. I mean, you pushed. So congratulations on the push for anybody that bet Kansas City. Josh Jacobs may not play. Showing right now is questionable, so that's definitely something to keep an eye on. But yeah, I think the play in this one is Kansas City. Steve Fezzik, who's he's one of probably the sharpest minds out there, is actually playing a sweetheart teaser. Sweetheart teasers, for those of you that don't know, is where you move the line 10 points. Some people call it a loser teaser because, there's not a lot of value in it, especially when you're paying 120 to 130. Kansas City was one of those legs. I think it was Kansas City, Buffalo, and I forget the third leg. But, to me, I would probably lay the points at Kansas City. I would maybe play the over at 41. I don't think Kansas City's defense is as good as advertised. Any thoughts on that game for you?
I'm taking Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown.
Pacheco, I love that look. That's not a bad look at all. What's the price on that? Is that up yet?
Plus 110, I say.
Ooh, some good juicy odds. Some plus money for Pacheco. Yeah, I like Pacheco. I've got him in fantasy going this week in the semifinals in a league with a few guys that are in chat right now. Hey, Keeks. Drink a bourbon. You know it always looks jolly, boy. Giants and Philly. That's our 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 our time matchup. Philly laying 13.5 against Tommy Cutlets. The Giants hit the regression pole last week. Total in this one's 43.5. I like the over. I don't think much of Philadelphia's defense. There's no way that play stands in the Rams game. That guy was out of bounds. Maybe they're going to keep it. Weird. Giants, Philly. Where do you stand in this one? I'm kind of torn. I'm not going to take the points again with the Giants. I can't bet Tommy 2 weeks in a row. That's going to be really tough.
Eagles are due for some redemption too. It's kind of looking scary over there. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Wait, 32-yard pass. Who is that to?
That's same. It's 15 for the Rams. He's just getting open. Robinson. He's just constantly. The dude's always open, 24/7. But no, Giants Philly. If anything, It's a no bet or over for me. I'm not taking a side. I'm not going to grab 13.5 points with Cutlets because Philly does need to win this game. They need to bounce back. They have looked not great in the last month. I'll tell you, Philly has completely fallen off. I thought they were really, really good. Jalen Hurts, I'm not all that impressed by what he's done lately. But
He
yeah, to
fumbled
me, it's an
a lot.
over no bet.
Wait, did he fumble last game? I need to know that.
Hurts?
Yes.
I don't recall.
I
Why?
have to look. Because I saw a clip of him. They were literally making him do like fumble drills and shit in practice.
Well, no,
But he
dude,
like,
that was no. So the clip you saw, Philly posted a clip where they were doing Pop Warner drills at practice. They went back to the basics, Isaac, which all good teams always go back to the basics. But yeah, I don't think a whole lot of that
damn
one.
it, he didn't lose a fumble. That'd been funny.
Last game of the weekend, probably the best game of the weekend. Number one team in the AFC, number one team in the NFC. This line scares the shit out of me. San Francisco is laying 5.5 at home against Baltimore. How do you not tease Baltimore in this spot? That's the only question I have. Teasing Baltimore up above double digits, right under 13 to me is a no brainer. 47 is the total. You could play that over, and I don't think anybody's going to hate you for it. I'm super excited for the game. Again, I'm going to tease Baltimore. I haven't decided who I'm going to tease them with. That could be an interesting one as we go
Packers, bro.
forward. But
Packers are my favorite team.
yeah, Packers. But yeah, to me in this one, it's a Baltimore tease piece. You could sprinkle. I don't think if you're going to bet Baltimore plus 5.5, you might as well just bet them money line. I think it's either Baltimore wins it outright or San Francisco covers. I don't think there's a close game where Baltimore loses this one. But
He
yeah,
said for
I
real.
mean,
He said he's a Packer fan. We got a guy in the chat here, Packer fan. Let's go. Jordan
oh
Love.
hell yeah, love to see it.
What do you think
Love
about
to see
Love,
it.
bro? What do you think about Love? Let's
Yeah,
see what he says.
let the boy vent in the chat
Speak
about
about Love. What do you think?
speak about Love, and we're gonna come back. We got another Packer fan that's actually with us in the chat right now. I want to bring on another guy from the Valley, more of a college basketball connoisseur himself.
Sir.
We got our boy Stooley in the chat or in the stream. My guy, what's up?
Not much, man. What's going on with you? Just sweating out some college hoops as we speak, actually.
What do we got live going for college hoops, Stooley?
We are sweating out Wichita State +6 against Kansas State here, and then UMass -1 against Georgia Tech.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
love that.
Georgia Tech gets a big Duke win. Everyone's gonna be riding them. So
all over it. Stooley, you got some picks for us for tomorrow? Is that correct?
I do, and I got an early game for you. Everyone's got a sweat out a day game at work. We're going Drexel Bryant under 132.5 in the morning. Drexel, they're 276th on effective field goal. They're only shooting 47% from the floor. Their defense, though, 10th in the country, 43.3%, only allowing 28% from deep. They're turning the ball over a ton, so they're going to kill their own possessions. They play at a god-awful pace. They're paying bottom 300 in the country. They're trying to lull you to sleep. But Bryant, on the other hand, they like to play fast, but they also just can't hang on to the ball. So we're going to be a lot of empty possessions here.
Stooley, what time are we tipping for that?
Oh, sorry. I think that's about 10:30 a.m., 10 a.m. It's going to be, I think, first game of the day. 10 a.m.,
Jesus.
Yes.
Feed me those early unders on a weekday. Shit, yeah. What else are we looking at?
Touchdown Rams there.
Oh, shit. Touchdown Rams. That's, again, what the fuck? Robinson's getting everything.
Robinson.
Damn.
Dude. It's not Allen. Stooley not Allen.
Oh, no, he left. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, it's not Allen. It's a different Robinson these days. Stooley, what else you got going on tomorrow, brother?
Let's moving over. Maryland team total under. They're playing UCLA, fresh off the Cal State Northridge loss, which was god awful for UCLA. Mick Cronin is going to light a fire under these guys' ass. Maryland cannot score on the road. They are 0-4 going over 63 points on the road, so they can't score on the road. UCLA coming off that embarrassing loss, they're going to lock down on defense. It's going to be an ugly ass game. They're shooting 69% at the free throw line too. So when they're going to get fouled, they probably ain't making most of them. They're only shooting 50% inside the arc too. 26.7% from 3-point. They're not making shit, and so this is going to be a nasty game too tomorrow night.
Mick Cronin, certified psychopath.
Oh yeah, talking shit about college players, Eric Dixon.
I mean, he's next level crazy, which I can appreciate. Man. And without guys like Mick Cronin, it would not be nearly as entertaining of a sport. Got anything else for us, brother?
Yeah, one more. We got Baylor. He can take team total over or the spread. They're coming off of some back-to-back losses here. They're getting Mississippi Valley State at home. Everyone knows Mississippi Valley. It's god awful.
Yes, sir.
They're turning the ball over essentially 27% of their offensive possessions are just giving the damn ball away. So I mean, you talk about easy layups, easy buckets here. They're allowing 57% from the floor on defense. That's 352nd in the country. They got nobody over 6'8". So Baylor is going to feast. They're taking all the balls or all the rebounds, not giving you any second chance points. Baylor gets whatever they want here. If you want the spread, I don't hate it. It's probably going to be inflated as shit, probably 35-ish. Or the team total over, which I'm probably going to play. I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the mid to lower 90s. I don't care. They're probably going to score 100 on their ass. So give me Baylor to go into Christmas break just rolling hot after.
I love that. I love that. And Stooley, for those of you that don't know, big college basketball guy, brother, plug what you guys got going on, because we are going to get you back when we start doing some more college basketball stuff here. But you got something else going on yourself.
Hell yeah. I've got rolling with Michael Hoffer and CBB Nick on Twitter. Some of you guys might know them. Mm-hmm. We got Pump Fake Pod at Pump Fake Pod on Twitter. We do live shows. We're trying to get it probably 5-6 nights a week now. Going live the night before, talk some Lions games, get the best of it before it jumps out overnight. You can follow me on Twitter too, at Stooley Picks here. Get all that to follow them from there. Yeah, that's about all we got. We got the Pump Fake starting to roll. Hopefully getting a little more shows going here too.
Hell yeah. I love that. So what I'm going to do here, I got one more giveaway, and it's probably my weirdest one. And you want to talk about a drunk purchase.
Oh, I know.
Nothing probably drunker than the day that I bought the Johnny Manziel fan controlled football game jersey. This is the same ones they wore in the games.
That's
made
fire.
by Champion Ultra Lush jerseys. Johnny Manziel, the man himself, this was his last venture into professional football. I will be I don't think I'm sad to let it go. It kind of has taken up some space, but to somebody, it's going to be a good one. I got to hit my randomizer one more time. We got some really good. We ended up with over 25 people that totally chimed in, so that's awesome.
There you go.
Love that. Got to get to my thing here. Hitting our random, and our winner, resident Dolphins fan. Victory. Right. Brandon, I'm going to see you probably in the next few weeks. Next time I make my trip up to Green Bay, I will have to come with Santa's goodies for all my Green Bay boys that ended up winning all my shit. At least I don't have to spend a bunch of money on shipping. So that's definitely a plus. But yeah, Brandon is getting the Johnny Manziel Zappers jersey.
Fire. One of
super
one.
Exciting. What a great purchase that was. I think this is really embarrassing, but I think I paid $70 for that jersey.
That's a conversation starter right there.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got. Murphy already dipped out. He's out of here. Thank him for now he's back. There you are.
No, I've been here.
Okay.
My shit was
we're gonna get out of here though. Appreciate you coming in, Stooley. We're gonna get you on more when we start talking college basketball on a regular basis. Murphy, we're gonna get you on for NBA. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome. This is exactly how we wanted it to go. I didn't get nearly as drunk as I thought I would, but I don't work tomorrow, and I'm gonna keep drinking. I'm gonna go light up a
more game left, man. Don't end it now.
There's a lot more game left. Murphy, I might hang on Discord. We'll see. I don't know.
You got a 10 p.m. basketball game too if you're looking for something late night also.
What's late? Anything late night I can hit, Sully?
Man, the line's not moving the way I am. I like Boise State here. The line's bumped up, but I still like what they got going on. Down low they can rebound, they can shoot from all five can shoot, cover the floor defensively. I'm not sure how rocking this place is going to be. It's neutral, so yeah, it's kind of stinky. The lines move, but Boise State's where I would go tonight.
For sure. And I'm already getting called out by my boys from high school. I need to go join poker night. Speaking of
Sounds
Discord,
good. You do you.
I've got no excuses as I am already very online. So yes, I'm gonna get over there, start playing some poker.
Hey,
Thank you to
I'll
everybody.
talk to you
This was great. Merry Christmas to all.
Merry
I will
Christmas.
get. I gotta look back and see exactly where all my shit's sending out. Eric, I'll get you
All
your
right, peace out,
Jordan
guys.
Taylor jersey. Peace out, Murphy. Peace out.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Dooley.
Merry
Good
Christmas.
to finally talk to you face to face. Merry
Merry
Christmas,
Christmas.
everybody.